Yeah, we're going to hand you over to Tom. Tom's an amazing, he set up this platform, Predator Awareness, so it's a huge platform. It's one of the leading platforms in the UK that does this kind of thing. It's an incredible platform. And Tom was going to say a lot more about this now. Tom, if you'd just like to, an amazing guy. Tom, amazing. Thank you, Tom.
Amazing. Go on, Tom. Go on, Tom.
Hi, guys. So what has been happening here at the BBC is absolutely disgusting. 1,350 victims of Jimmy Savile alone. And we've come here today as our democratic right to protest. And to see all these staff here, every single one of them, the one there assaulted me on camera. This one here is meant to be, I don't know who she claims to be, but she's apparently meant to be a manager, saying we cannot put our banners up on their windows. This lady here is more concerned about windows than the 1,350 victims of Jimmy Savile that was raped and abused in that building there. She's an absolute disgrace to society. All you BBC staff here today, shame on you, because you're paedophile protectors. That is what you are, and you have been exposed for what you are today. Disgusting. So yeah, we've come here to expose the BBC. Now, why should you have to pay a paedo licence, a TV licence? What is funding paedophilia? Why should you have to pay that? The public are being forced to pay it, and if you don't pay it, these people, like these people here, go out and come to your doors, knock on your doors and prosecute you for not paying it. These people do not give a damn about children, and they claim to say, oh, the BBC learnt their lesson of Jimmy Savile. Did they? It got repeated again with Hugh Edwards, and not only Hugh Edwards, Chris Denning, Alexander Westwood, and the list, it goes on. It goes on, and it's happening in buildings like this, here in Manchester, Wales, Scotland, Birmingham, and in London. And it's an absolute disgrace. And these people here today that are protecting the BBC should have a good, hard look at themselves for what they are. If you're prepared to protect paedophiles in that building, then I hope to God that none of you have got children, because none of you are fit enough to call yourself parents. Shame on every single one of you. Now, again, with the BBC, do they tell you the real truth of what's going on in this country? No, they don't. They don't tell you the real truth about what's happening with these grooming gangs. They tell lies to you every single day. The BBC have their own journalistic union, the NUJ. The NUJ used to be a brilliant organisation. Not anymore. Not anymore. It's been overtaken by these muppets in this building, and it's an absolute disgrace. And they constantly call people like you, people who are watching this protest today, they constantly call people like us far-right thugs. It is not far-right to protect your children. It is not far-right, it's right. And if the people and the bosses in this building are not going to stand up to their paedophile presenters, their paedophile journalists, then someone has got to do it. And that is why we're here today, to stand up to you guys and say no more to the paedo licence. Ask for TV tax. We should not be paying for paedophilia, and that is what we're doing. We're constantly paying for paedophilia happening in the BBC. I don't call them the BBC anymore, the British Broadcasting Corporation. I call them the Paedo Broadcasting Corporation, because that is what they are. They're the pedos of the press, constantly lying to the public, and it's an absolute disgrace. Now, it's not only the BBC in this area. There's a case not long back now, a social worker has been arrested for his complicity in the cover-up of child sexual exploitation, and it's an absolute disgrace.
Yeah, John. See Jesus, man.
Yeah, fuck off. What does Jesus do? Fuck all. Yeah, so what I'm saying, guys, is literally, it's an absolute disgrace. You know, and it's not only here, grooming gangs operating in Manchester. We've got a banner up here. We've got a banner up here of a girl living in Manchester under local authority care in Manchester. Now somehow an adult predator was allowed into her care home to rape her. Not only rape her, but give her an heroin overdose. What actually killed her. Now she was under the local authority care. How did an adult predator managed to get into a care home to sexually abuse and take the life of a 15-year-old girl. Now they're all concerned about their building, but what about these, eh? Every single one of them have lost their lives to perpetrators. Every single one of them. Have you got anything to say about this? Do you want to say anything about it?
Shame on you!
Do you? No, you want to remain silent now, don't you? Absolute disgrace. You're an absolute disgrace to society. Stay silent about it. But as soon as we arrived, you were silent, was you? No, you wasn't. The BBC are an absolute disgrace. Now, we're going to do some more speeches later on today. But yeah, you know, if anybody around Manchester who's living around here and you want to come down and support us, we're outside Dock House. We're going to be around here until about 5, 6 o'clock. We've planned to stay till about 4:30, but as they have delayed our protest by 2 hours, then we're going to stay here for an extra 2 hours. And it's an absolute disgrace, guys. So, as I said, social worker in Manchester has been arrested. That has got to be repeated in every single town and city. Here in Manchester, Telford, Rochdale, Oldham, Blackpool, Newcastle, Peterborough, Islington. You know, and it's so depressing that the list goes on, and it's an absolute shame that children are not protected. Children are not protected, but yeah, they're paedophile presenters in the BBC. They're protected. Look at all these today protecting them. It's trying to stop our democratic right to protest. So yeah, we're going to do some more speeches in a bit, guys. But yeah, if anyone's around Manchester, you want to come down and support us. We're going to be here until about 6 o'clock. But yeah, I've got one message to you, the BBC. Shame on you, and axe the pedo licence.